privilege is real. It is. I said the shit. It's real. So because of the color of my skin, because of the color of my eyes, because of my hair texture, I get hated on.
No, you had nobody hated on you because you were just so pretty. People hated on you because you were a bitch.
A biracial woman calling out pretty privilege. Let's talk about it. Hey beautiful people, how y'all doing today? It's your girl Destiny here and welcome back to my channel. How have you all been? Hope you guys are doing great. So today's video is a video of a biracial 50 years old woman who came on the internet to speak about pretty privilege. She came on the internet to talk about how she being a light skin, light eye, texture hair woman, how she sometimes will be going through it because she meets people and then people all of a sudden don't like her because of her pretty privilege, and she wanted to talk about it. Let me know down in the comment section, do you believe in pretty privilege? Do you think it is a thing and some people get away with pretty privilege? Let me know your own take down in the comment section. So she wanted to go on this rant and she wanted to give an example of how she was somewhere and a man was talking to her. You see, a man-centered woman, okay? But let's hold it there. A man was talking to her more than he was talking to the other women, and the other women didn't like that. They didn't like her because of that. And I'm just like, okay, girl. Anyway, guys, let's go check out this video. People's reaction to it, because there's a lot of educational going on here about it, because we've seen a couple of times how some biracial people actually think that they are pretty because they are biracial. And maybe this is the case. You guys let me know what you think anyway. Let's go check out the video, people's reaction, and then we'll talk more.
Pretty privilege is real. It is. I said the shit. It's real. I have seen people gravitate towards me and then all of a sudden like compliment me on my eyes, my skin color, my hair, whatever, right? So it's real. People do actually, you know, I guess treat me differently because of it. Now, because of it, the different treatment is not always good, okay? Sometimes the treatment is negative and it's bad. So because of the color of my skin, because of the color of my eyes, because of my hair texture, I get hated on. So I'm gonna need you people who hate on people who are pretty to at least take into consideration that we getting it out here. Like, we already getting it. We don't need it from you as well. Like, for real. Like, give us a break. I mean, be mad at moms and dad. Huh? We didn't do it. We didn't ask to be put here to look like this. Okay?
Okay.
Whatever we was mixed up with, it's here, and we didn't have anything to do with it. So, I was in a public spot a few weeks ago, and there was a gentleman who was talking to me more than he was talking to the other ladies in the room. And ever since then, those ladies have been treating me like shit. And it wasn't my fault. He was just talking to me. I mean, probably because I was confident enough to speak back to him. I don't know. But they was hating. And they've been treating me like shit ever since. So y'all, be kind. Be kind to us pretty girls. We out here struggling. Pretty privilege is real. It is. I said the shit. It's real. So because of the color of my skin, because of the color of my eyes, because of my hair texture, I get hated on.
You know something, my mom? I was really with you in the first half. You got me. You made me stay there in the first half. But then you start saying stuff like this. Oh, and I just want to remind you all to subscribe to my YouTube. The link is in my bio because TikTok is about to start going to shit. And I actually do want to keep talking to y'all, so I would appreciate that. Thank you. Continue the video.
So I'm going to need you people who hate on people who are pretty to at least take into consideration that we getting it out here. Like, we already getting it. We don't need it from you as well.
I was like, yes, this is a good thing. Like, she's aware. Whole time, you tricked me. Like, you trying to say that people hating on you because you are pretty. There are bad sides to being pretty. Do you know how self-centered you sound?
For real, like, give us a break. I mean, be mad at moms and dad. Huh? We didn't do it. We didn't ask to be put here to look like this, okay?
People really out here trying to rage bait, and it's just so hilarious to me. Blame our moms and dads for not being light-skinned and pretty and having light-colored eyes. Quote-unquote pretty.
Whatever we was mixed up with, it's here, and we didn't have anything to do with it.
He then goes on to give us a story time about how there were other people in the room, other women, and a man came and talked straight to her. He went to her and talked to her, and they were mad at her ever since then. So basically you're saying people that aren't pretty, i.e. darker skinned people, people that have brown eyes, and whatever, they're mad at you for being pretty, light-skinned, and having light eyes. She showed a picture of her before, and she was like a little chubbier, so I'm guessing that's where the wrinkles come from. But this is crazy, y'all. I don't know. What do y'all think?
Pretty privilege is real. It is. I said the shit. It's real. So because of the color of my skin, because of the color of my eyes, because of my hair texture, I get hated on.
Y'all know that story time I did years ago about how I lost a best friend and how me and her mom got into it where we almost got into a physical altercation? This is the mother. Yeah, this is Tamika. Meet Tamika, everyone. Round of applause. Round of applause. This is Tamika. She's just as delusional as she was years ago. And what's so interesting to me, now that I've matured into a grown woman, I have realized that people who have went their whole life without being put in their place will continue to perpetuate lies if you let them. Because she has been saying these same somber ass truths to her life since I was a teenager. Yeah, the same rhetoric, a coon, because that's what she is. And something that I think is so interesting is that you're sitting up here trying to convince the world that you suffered from pretty privilege because you were light-skinned with colored eyes and curly hair, when in actuality you just suffered from racism at the hands of your own family members, your siblings, might I add. You and your brother were the only two mixed children in your family of rednecks, and they bullied y'all for it. They called y'all, and they still continue to call y'all, but y'all just grew to accept it because y'all love y'all family. That's what I was told, and to mind my business because it's family business. Remember that? Or we don't remember that because we don't want to tell the world the truth. Something else that I think is so interesting is also when light-skinned women who aren't pretty claim that they suffered from pretty privilege because they were light-skinned with, you know, colored eyes and curly hair, the features that people assume will make you attractive, and they're just ugly. You suffered from racism and being ugly, and you were fat. So, no. You had nobody hated on you because you were just so pretty. People hated on you because you were a bitch. You were a mean, evil-spirited, fat bitch. That's what you were. You know something else? I just think it's so embarrassing for your daughter to represent Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated, and this is what you do. You continue to be a coon, even when you have every resource at your disposal to not be.
Does Yzma know we can see her? Like, does she know we can see her? The actual video is deleted now. That ad is from someone talking about it, which I'm gonna tag it because she has the video, like the full video about this. But Yzma, you know we got eyes, right? Like you know. Okay, I think it's such a shame that a 50-year-old woman, and yes, 50, yes, yeah, she's 50, okay? It's a shame that a 50-year-old woman is still relying on being light-skinned. Like, I thought at some point y'all was gonna outgrow this whole shit, but no, all you light-skinned or whatever, this is your future. That's crazy. 50. 50. And like, she lost a bunch of weight, and of course as you get older, like the skin elasticity and stuff doesn't like snap back, but it's like, you know we can see you, right? Like I'm just like, Cardi B again. Like I mean, like.
So because of the color of my skin, because of the color of my eyes, because of my hair texture, I get hated on. So I'm gonna need you people who hate on people who are pretty to at least take into consideration that we getting it out here. Like, we already getting it. We don't need it from you as well. Like, for real, like, give us a break. I mean, be mad at moms and dads.
There's always a subgroup of biracial or biracial presenting people who have this idea in their head that their skin and or eye color or hair texture makes them beautiful beyond belief. I'm talking about be mad at your mom and your dad. Be mad at them for what? It's like, it's never the top models that's saying stuff like this. You don't never see Zendaya come on here and say no foolishness. So I say, you know what? She's older. Maybe when she was younger, she was really a looker. Like, and people was really bothering her. And this is the investigation.
Ugly by no means. Don't get me twisted. But you want me to believe people were just treated you just so bad because you was light skinned with green eyes? It's the black girls didn't like me because I had good hair. Okay. You stick to that reasoning.
I would never call anybody ugly because rude. However, if you are going to come onto the internet, the interwebs, and speak about pretty privilege and how it affects you, you need to be in the realm of pretty privilege. You need to at least have one of those P's, the pretty or the privilege. And if you don't have either, you need to sit back and shut the fuck up. This is exactly why I agree with Cardi when she said, I hate bitches that think they're pretty because they're light-skinned. Because it's facts. You think that you're pretty because you're light-skinned. It's not because you actually are pretty. It's because you have lighter skin. That's called colorism. Like, I never understood why people would say, oh, well, girls hate me because I'm pretty. They hate me because I look the way I look. Because, like, did they tell you that? Did y'all sit down and have a conversation and say, yeah, girl, I don't like you because you just look so much better than me? Or are you assuming? 9 times out of 10, you're assuming. And to have such a undeveloped frontal lobe mindset at the ripe age of 47, it's a bit insane. It's a bit insane when you take a step back and realize this is a grown-ass woman.
That pretty privileged lady found out real quick what the internet is like, and it is ruthless. Pretty privilege is real. But I think in her case, just judging by a lot of the things that she said in her video, it's not pretty privilege, and here's why. I think that she might be so arrogant and think that she's so much better than everyone because she has light eyes, because she apparently has curlier hair or more desirable hair in her opinion, which, let's be real. But I feel like she's probably so arrogant that people are just like rude to her because they're like, why are you acting this way? Why do you act like you're better than everybody? I don't really think people are hating on her. The one thing you should never do in life is tell people that you have haters. You need to let people tell you you have haters. You can't self-proclaim yourself as someone who has haters. I'm assuming she grew up somewhere in the South and she's like 50. So where she's from and her generation, in some instances, they do think that fair-skinned people are far better than other black people, but that's not the case at all. She doubled down on her statement and she thinks we're all hating on her, and I feel like all of her haters are in her own mind.
What that lady that says she has pretty privilege fails to realize is that people are not upset at her because she's pretty. People are upset because you're ignorant to colorism. People liking you and complimenting you because of your light skin and your light eyes is not pretty privilege. You're talking about something completely different and you honestly told on yourself, so you should have just kept quiet. Being a fetish because you're light skinned and have green eyes should not even be something that you want to brag about. I would hate to have everybody fetishize me simply for my features. So why would then everybody be upset that you're speaking about your fetish? No one wants to be you. I'm sorry, I hate to break it to you, girl. Girl to girl, you need to address the deeper ingrained beliefs that you have going on in your mind. And it's not regarding pretty privilege. It's diving deeper into the meaning of colorism and what it is to be a fetish. I'm not gonna say she's ugly and I'm not gonna say she looks old. Two things can be true at once. She can be pretty and ignorant, and she can look old, but I'm not saying that.
So I'm pretty sure by now everybody has seen the pretty privilege video. If you haven't, that's a light-skinned lady talking about pretty privilege is real. Girl, we know. You ain't got to tell us. We really do know. But imagine getting on the internet and saying with your whole chest that you experience pretty privilege because people are always talking to you and telling you how pretty your eyes are, how pretty your skin is, how you're so pretty, blah, 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 only to get humiliated by the internet telling you to shut the fuck up with your ugly ass because pretty privilege is not you. And then because your feelings are hurt, you make a follow-up video and say people are jealous and are hating. Baby, ain't nobody hating on you. Nobody is hating on a 50-year-old biracial woman that doesn't know the difference between colorism and pretty privilege. What you thought was pretty privilege was actually colorism, but because your skin is light, bright, damn near white, you automatically thought pretty privilege applied. It don't always apply, especially not in this case. And they say your mom is white, which makes sense why you don't know the difference between the two. And I hear you just recently lost 170 pounds. So, Bookie, at 50 years old, you're just now experiencing what you think is pretty privileged because now you're getting compliments. Now, hate on that.
Pretty privilege is real. It is. I said the shit. It's real. I have seen people gravitate towards me, and then all of a sudden, like, compliment me on my eyes, my skin color, my hair, whatever.
That's giving
right?
colorism.
So it's real. People do actually, I guess, treat me differently because of it. Now, because of it, the different treatment is not always good. Okay? Sometimes the treatment is negative and it's bad. So because of the color of my skin, because of the color of my eyes, because of my hair texture, I get hated on. So I'm gonna need you people who hate on people who are pretty to at least take into consideration that we getting it out here. Like, we already getting it. We don't need it from you as well. Like, for real. Like, give us a break.
So I'm not going to deny that pretty privilege does exist, but I just think that it's the wrong messenger. And I feel like she's more so talking about colorism. Like, just because you light skin with light eyes does not mean that you are just automatically pretty, but a lot of people do think that. And this lady is 50 years old. She said that she was 50 because people was asking her, how old are you, in the comments. She looks way older than... Lord Jesus, forgive me. I'm not trying to be funny, but she looks way older than 50. So I guess her light skin pretty privilege is not necessarily aging the best. And a lot of people are roasting that ass in the comments. Like, why would you get up here and get... Then she went on to say how her co-workers got jealous because some guys was talking to her and not talking to them. And it's like, when do we get over colorism? When it gets to a point... Ma'am, you come from an era where it really did matter, like the 80s and the 70s, or how, when the 80s, because she's set 50. I feel like she older than 50. That lady, but anyway. In 2025, nobody really gives a fuck about that as much anymore. People care more about youth than they do light skin and colored eyes. They care more about how youthful you present. And Miss Ma'am, you ain't got it like that no more. She did another video saying, oh, well, I experience that every day. People tell me I'm pretty all the time. I'm sure they do. Nobody's calling this woman ugly. But I just feel like, why would she choose this to be a topic of discussion? Like, you still harping on being light-skinned with pretty eyes and everybody just being jealous of you at your big age. Looking way older. I would give her a good 65 years old if you ask me. What y'all think? Pretty privilege does exist. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. I experienced that too, but I don't know why she's spread love is the Brooklyn way.
Okay. Please go down in the comment section and share your thoughts. Love to know what you think about this conversation down in the comment section. But as always, keep it respectful. You're on this channel, we're allowed to disagree, but do it in a very respectful way. So go ahead, feel free, share your thoughts. Love to know what you guys think. So first of all, I want to say there is pretty privilege. Pretty privilege is a thing, and also I feel like I've said this in a couple of times here on the channel, talking about the hierarchy and how the world perceives people to the hierarchy, and they usually just like went from anti-blackness to colorism and all that, to racism and all that. So pretty privilege do exist, and when I first hear her talk, at first I was like, yeah, privilege definitely exists. Things get done for you because you're pretty and all that. Good. But for her to talk about how other women are hating on her because she's pretty, it just make me like, and then she went on to mention the texture of her hair, her skin, and then eyes. This is a thing. Like, I feel like some biracial people really feel and think that they are pretty, not because maybe their features looks really, just because they have a lighter skin, lighter eye, looser hair texture, they feel like they are pretty. And this is something I've seen coming from a place where we're mostly black, and then when you see that one biracial person in the midst of black people, black kids, black girls and all that, you literally just see how people literally treat her differently. And I can see why some biracial people will feel like they are the prettiest in the room, and most of the time it gets into their head. But in the case of this woman, I feel like it's colorism, and I feel like how come it's like, oh, we are going through it, like what are you people really going through? And one thing I've come to realize is that a lot of light-skinned people, biracial people, that are not all, but a lot of them that think that their biracialness makes them pretty, comes up very, very arrogant, comes off don't touch me type of vibe. And you can see how that can rub people up the wrong way, and then people may not even want to F around with you. I don't know if that makes sense. You can be in a room and then you feel like you're better than everybody, not just because you're intellectual here or anything, but just because you think. And there's nothing wrong with you feeling yourself and saying, I'm the most prettiest girl in the room. Clock that. But when you're doing it, looking down on other people, expect the same energy. Like she said, people usually gravitate towards her, but by the end of the day, they start acting funny. That's because you are moving funny. Have you think about that? Like, oh, maybe they're attracted to you, and then you open your mouth, and your energy, your attitudes then starts thinking, and then they start giving you attitude. What about that? And that's why, like, for me personally, I believe in, yes, your appearance matters. People look at you from your appearance. And I think I've talked about this here before when I talked about when I wear makeup, the way people treat me when I wear makeup and they treat me when I don't wear makeup. They are two different. They treat me too differently. And that's one of the things I feel like instigates pretty privilege. I'm not saying, like, I know I'm beautiful, I know I'm gorgeous, but I won't say I fall into that category society consider as pretty privilege. But we see how pretty privilege has worked, and then a lot of women that has the pretty privilege, they've used it on the asset. But I feel like this woman is not the one. I don't know why she just gave me this type of energy, like she's nasty. I don't know, because she has been being roasted in the comment section. I feel like she has a colorist thing going on, and people roasting her in the comment section. I'm out of here. Okay, but anyway, guys, you guys let me know what you think about this video down in the comment section. Go ahead and share your thoughts. Love to know what you guys think. Share this video with somebody that you want to be part of the conversation, because that's what we do here. We have banging conversation. So go ahead, feel free and share this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, smash the like button, because this helps YouTube to push up my content for more people to see, and that will be you supporting this channel and this girl here. So go on and do that. Subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.